Hello my dear friends and students. In the previous video, we discussed about the midterm model question paper. In this video, we'll discuss in brief the first unit, that is Romeo and Juliet, written by William Shakespeare. If at all you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to our PS Studies channel. I'm Bhavya Balasubramaniam, lecturer in English. So let's get into the video now. Before moving on to the main content, let us just discuss the background of Romeo and Juliet. In this, you have to note a few points. ಈ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ, ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಜೂಲಿಯೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ನಾಟಕ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಅವರು ಬರೆದಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ 38 plays written by William Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet is the most important and very popular romantic tragedy written by him. So in this background, you'll have to note a few points. The two noble families of Verona are the Capulets and the Montagues, and they were sworn enemies. And Romeo and Juliet belonged to which rival family? ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರೂ ಶತ್ರು ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದವರು. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದವರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಡ್ ಟು ದ ಮಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜೂಲಿಯೆಟ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಯುಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಯುಲೆಟ್ ಹೋಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಪ್ಪರ್, ಅದನ್ನು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್. All right. And Romeo belonged to the family of Montagues. He attended the supper. ಹೇಗೆ a supper party na attend ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? In disguise. You have to note that point. Okay, please pause this and just underline the important points. And ಯಾರನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ರೋಮಿಯೋ? To see Rosalind. There he sees Juliet on the dance floor and is fascinated by her beauty. And dance mugad mele he gets to know, or gottagute, that she is the daughter of Lord Capulet. And she also feels attracted to the man from the enemy family. And the following verses, ಈ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ 2 ಭಾಗಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಜೂಲಿಯೆಟ್ ಅದೊಂದು ತುಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನಾಟಕ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಸಾಲಿಲೋಕ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜೂಲಿಯೆಟ್ ಸಾಲಿಲೋಕಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ನೌ. Yes, the very first soliloquy, that is Romeo's soliloquy. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಸಾಲಿಲೋಕ್ವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಸಾಲಿಲೋಕ್ವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ತಾನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾವನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನಮಗೆ ನಾವೇ ಸ್ವತಃ ಮಾತಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಟಾಕ್, ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಸಾಲಿಲೋಕಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಮೊದಲನೇ ನೋಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೂಲಿಯೆಟ್ಟನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಹಿ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಉಂಟಾದ ಭಾವನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅವನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾನೆ. So it is about the whole soliloquy is by Romeo. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. Pause and please underline the very first line there. She anta heldaga it is Juliet. Doth teach. This is in Old English. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಡತ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಟೀಚ್ ದ ಟಾರ್ಚಸ್, ಪಂಜೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವಳು ಇನ್ನೂ ಪ್ರಕಾಶಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಉರಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಇಟ್ ಸೀಮ್ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಚೀಕ್ ಆಫ್ ನೈಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ರಿಚ್ ಜುವೆಲ್. ಏನಾಗಿ ನೇತಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ? ಆಸ್ ಅ ರಿಚ್ ಜುವೆಲ್, ದುಬಾರಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಆಭರಣ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಇಥಿಯೋಪ್ಸಿಯರ್. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಟು ರಿಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯೂಸ್, ಫಾರ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಟು ಡಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಶೋಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ನೋಯಿ ಡಾವ್. ಸೊ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೂಲಿಯೆಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಬಿಳಿ ಪಾರಿವಾಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಬಂದು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ರಿಚ್ ಜುವೆಲ್, 3ನೇ ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ದುಬಾರಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಆಭರಣ. 2ನೇ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಸ್ನೋಯಿ ಡಾವ್. ಡಾವ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾರಿವಾಳ. ಟ್ರೂಪಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಕ್ರೋಸ್ as yonder lady over her fellows shows. The measure done ಅನ್ನೋ ಫ್ರೇಸ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರಲಿ. ಹಾಗಂದರೆ the dance ended, ಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಮುಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತ, ನೃತ್ಯ ಮುಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. I'll watch her place of stand and touching her hand make blessed my rude hand. ಅದು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರಲಿ. ಹೌ ಡಸ್ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಮೇಕ್ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ ರೂಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೀ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಡಿಡ್ ಮೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಲವ್ ಟಿಲ್ ನೌ was wear it in sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night. ಆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ತನಕ ನಿಜವಾದ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಅನುಭವ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವನಿಗೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ನಿಜವಾದ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯನ ನೋಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ 1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೀನ್ 5. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ us ಮೂವ್ Juliet's soliloquy. So this is also on this same day, ಅದೇ ದಿನ ಅವಳು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ರೋಮಿಯೋನ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ soliloquy. Come night, come Romeo. So she is calling both night and Romeo. You have to note this point. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಡೇ ಇನ್ ನೈಟ್, ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಗಲಾಗಿ ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅದು ಅವಳ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್. ಫಾರ್ ದೋ ವಿಲ್ ಲೈ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನೈಟ್ ವೈಟರ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ಸ್ನೋ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್. ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಹಿಮಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬೆಳ್ಳಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನನ್ನ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ಸ್, ಈ ಹೋಲಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯೂ. ವೈಟ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ಸ್ನೋ ಆನ್ ಅ ರಾವನ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ರಾವನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕ್ರೋ. ಸೊ ಕಮ್ ಜೆಂಟಲ್ ನೈಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಕಮ್ ಲವಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬ್ರೋಡ್ ನೈಟ್, ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ ಮೈ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಶಾಲ್ ಡೈ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ದಿಸ್, ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನಾನು ಸತ್ತು ಹೋದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ ರಾತ್ರಿಗೆ. ಟೇಕ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಔಟ್ ಇನ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೀ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್, ಆಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೆವೆನ್ ಸೋ ಫೈನ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಫ್ರೇಸ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೆವೆನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ನೈಟ್ ಸ್ಕೈ. ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆಕಾಶ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಸ್ವರ್ಗದ ಮುಖ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. The indirect meaning is night sky. ಓಕೆ, ರಾತ್ರಿಯ ಆಕಾಶ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ಚಂದಗೊಳಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಲವ್ ವಿತ್ ನೈಟ್. ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ರಾತ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪೇ ನೋ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್ ಟು ದ ಗಾರಿಶ್ ಸನ್. ಗಾರಿಶ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒರಟಾದ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ, ಅಂದರೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕುಕ್ಕುವಂತಹ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕುಕ್ಕುವಂತಹ ಸೂರ್ಯ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ 3 ಸೀನ್ 2, ಎರಡನೇ ಸೀನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಜೂಲಿಯಟ್ soliloquy. Now let's discuss the MCQs 4 marks and 6 marks from this particular unit. The very first MCQ, in the play Romeo and Juliet, the noble families of Verona were staunch. Let's look at the options. Friends, enemies, supporters, competitors. As we saw in the background ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಎನಿಮೀಸ್. ಸ್ಟಾಂಚ್ ಅಂದರೆ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ, ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ದ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಟೀಚಸ್ ದ ಟಾರ್ಚಸ್ ಟು ಬರ್ನ್ ಬ್ರೈಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜೂಲಿಯಟ್. ಯಾರು, ಸೇಮ್, ದ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಲೈಟ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ದ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ 1 Rosalind, Romeo, Juliet or Lord Capulet. So it is Juliet, because in the very first line Romeo soliloquy ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, she teaches, she doth teach ಅಂತ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ, she is nothing but Juliet. The third question, in the play Romeo and Juliet, Juliet teaches the torches to dash, burn bright, burn dim, glow like sun, glow like stars. So we all know the option is burn bright, option A. Fourth question, according to Romeo, Juliet seems to hang upon the cheek of options day, night, sunset and sunrise. As we all know, cheek of night. Fifth question, in the play Romeo and Juliet, Juliet is compared to dash in an Ethiope's ear. Let's look at the options: a snowy dove, a crow, a ridge well and night. So as we all know, the answer is option A, a snowy dove. This is a very important question. I have chosen in the unit, I have chosen the most important questions which frequently appear in your exams. In the play Romeo and Juliet, the phrase a snowy dove refers to dash Romeo, Juliet, Rosalind, Ethiop. The answer is Juliet. ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ, ಅದನ್ನು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. In the play Romeo and Juliet, the phrase yonder lady refers to dash, that is Rosalind, Juliet, Sky, Ethiop. The answer is the phrase yonder lady refers to dash, that is nothing but Juliet. The answer is Juliet, option B. Eighth question, the phrase measure done suggests the measurement was taken, the night arrived, the dance ended or the party is over. As I told you earlier, the option is the dance ended. Let's look at the 9th question. The phrase face of heaven signifies the night sky, face of Romeo, heaven, new snow. The answer is the night sky. In this particular unit, there are a number of phrases. You have to know the meanings of those phrases and you have to remember them. They are very important from the exam point of view. Juliet personifies the night as options: a lady, a crow, her fellows, Romeo. The answer is a crow. So personification is a figure of speech, just like simile, metaphor, alliteration, you have personification also. Personification is a figure of speech wherein an emotion or a non-living thing is filled with life. Okay, fine. The 11th question. The phrase new snow suggests, let's look at the options: Juliet's charm, Rosalind's charm, Romeo's charm and Star's charm. So wherever you have charm, you have Romeo there. Okay, so Romeo's charm, remember like that. The 12th question. Juliet wants Romeo to be cut into dash. The options are little snow, sun, moon and little stars. As we all know, little stars. 13th question. Dash will be in love with night according to Juliet. The whole world, the garish sun, the moon, Romeo. The answer is the whole world. Please remember that. That is also a very important question. Romeo lies upon the wings of dash according to Juliet. Sky, night, moon and sun. So this particular question is also slightly confusing. So please remember the correct answer, that is night. Romeo lies upon the wings of night. The 15th question. The whole world will forget the dash if it is in love with night. So whom will the whole world forget? Gentle moon, Romeo, garish sun or Rosalind? It is option C, garish sun. Please remember these MCQs. Alright. And if you remember these MCQs, you can also answer the match the following. Match the following is usually the character sketch will be which will be given. That is the one which is frequently asked. All right, adana character sketch ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗು ಈ MCQs ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Now let's come to the 4-mark question. In this particular unit you have two important 4-mark questions. ಎರಡೇ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ 4 ಅಂಕಗಳ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. The first one is related to Romeo soliloquy. Okay, the second 4-mark question which might be asked is about Juliet soliloquy. The very first question, let us look into it. How does Romeo describe Juliet's beauty? Juliet in ಸೌಂದರ್ಯವನ್ನು Romeo ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ವರ್ಣಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ? So let's look at the answer. Please pause this and note down the answer. If you write this much, it is more than enough. According to Romeo, Juliet teaches the torches to burn brighter. Her glow surpasses her brightness. She hangs upon the cheek of night as a ritual in an Ethiop's ear. Her beauty is too rich for use, her beauty too dear and hence divine. She appears to be a snowy dove amid a flock of crows. Romeo worships her beauty and feels that his rude hand would be blessed if and when he touches her hand. Thus Romeo is fascinated with Juliet's beauty and glorifies it in this manner in his soliloquy. So ishta points, ella points cover agide from the soliloquy. Isht baradre you will get at most marks. The second question which might be asked is, how does Juliet want her Romeo to be immortalized to the world? So this is related to Juliet's soliloquy. In Juliet's soliloquy, she invokes both night and Romeo. She also describes Romeo's charm to her. Romeo is a day in night. His charm outshines the darkness of night. Juliet personifies night as a crow. She believes that Romeo would come gliding upon the wings of night. She compares Romeo to be whiter than new snow on a raven's back. She calls the gentle night to witness Romeo's charm. In this particular in these 4 marks questions, just observe that certain phrases are in double inverted commas, all right, because these are the direct words which are picked up, which are extracted from the soliloquy. ಸಾಲಿಲೋಕ್ವಿನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ವರ್ಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಪದಗಳನ್ನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಾಗ ಆ ಥರ ಡಬಲ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಬಳಸಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಯೂಸ್ ಸಚ್ ಫ್ರೇಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. So moving on to the 6 mark question answers now. Let's look into the question. How do Romeo and Juliet express their feelings for each other in the play? So for this you have to explain both Romeo and Juliet's soliloquy. Before that, for the 6 mark question, you have to write in about 200 to 250 words. So it almost comes to 1.5 pages in your answer booklet, all right. So always remember, the very first paragraph you can write about the author or the poet or the playwright, all right. The second paragraph you will write about the theme of that particular unit. That is, it might be a play or a poem or prose. The third paragraph onwards you go on explaining it, all right, and you have to write it in paragraph form. Paragraph form alle baribekagutte. Let us look at the answer for this. The very first paragraph, the play Romeo and Juliet, and whenever you are writing the title of the play, please underline. Okay, it is a romantic tragedy written by William Shakespeare. He is called the Bard of Avon. He is widely regarded as the greatest writer in English language. As a poet and playwright, he is often called England's national poet. So if you remember these points about William Shakespeare, it is more than enough. The second paragraph, Romeo and Juliet. So in this we are talking about the theme and we are giving a brief outline of the play. One of Shakespeare's 38 plays is the most famous romantic tragedy written in 1594 to 95. It presents a tragic story of 2 young lovers, Romeo and Juliet. They belong to the 2 rival families, Capulets of Verona. Verona is a pleasant city, Italian town. The Montagues and the Capulets, these are the families. The play is based in Verona, a pleasant Italian town. So the third paragraph onwards you will touch upon whatever is asked in the question. Okay, Romeo and Juliet has the main theme of love and hate. The 2 noble families harbor grudges against each other. The first soliloquy, Romeo describes Juliet's beauty when he sees her for the first time. He compares her to a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear and a snowy dove trooping with crows. She teaches the torches to burn bright. She is too rich for use and for earth too dear. Romeo wishes to make his rude hand blessed by touching her hand. He questions himself whether he loved truly until then. Finally, he confesses that he had never seen true beauty till that night. If you observe, this is exactly the one of the 4 mark answers which we had discussed. Okay, so you can club the 2 4 mark answers into the 6 mark question. So the next paragraph is about Juliet's soliloquy. The 4 mark questions answer which we had written. The second one, how does Juliet want Romeo to be immortalized to the whole world? We have written the same, almost the same answer here. So if you learn the 4 mark question answers, you will automatically write the 6 mark also very well, except that you have to add the first and the second paragraph. Okay, so with this we end the discussion of the very first unit, Romeo and Juliet. If you prepare this much, it is more than enough. Okay, so study well for your exams. Wish you all the best, and if at all you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to our channel and press the bell button also. So meet you soon in our next video. Thank you for watching.